All right, so, man, you talk about a tough situation. It is never fun to fire anybody. But how about the stress that goes into it when you have to fire your best friend? Kristen has the email.
Dear Bert Show, I was hoping to get your help because I'm dealing with a bit of a tricky situation, and I'd love to get your thoughts on it. You all have such strong opinions, yes we do, and advice, and usually look at situations from all angles. We certainly try. Here's the deal. I've been advised to terminate my best friend at work.
I kill her?
No, at work. Terminate,
Kill
fire.
her while she's on the job?
No. The one who helped me snag this job. I'm feeling pretty torn up about it. My friend's been my rock, always there for me, and played a major role in getting me this gig. However, it seems their performance at work isn't quite meeting the higher-ups' expectations, and they think it might be impacting the team. Being totally honest, I don't disagree. However, I've really tried to be blind to the situation because I was hoping it wouldn't get to this. Now I'm stuck between juggling loyalty and my professional responsibilities. I really need to know how I handle this without losing or affecting my friendship. If it was you, what would you do? Winning.
This sucks. And I've had to do this. It was terrible.
You had to fire a friend?
A really good friend, a friend that was in my wedding. So I was the co-host on a radio show, and I wasn't even the host of the show. I was the producer of the show and the sidekick. That's what we used to call us back then, sidekicks, not co-hosts. So, but I was the producer also, so I was responsible for all the personnel. And we had to fire this guy. That was my best friend, and he was also working on the show. So me and the host of the show were going to sit him down after the show and say, because he was such a nice guy, and he still is. We're still in contact with each other.
He is super, super nice.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
You do?
I do.
I don't think you do.
Uh-huh.
You do?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay.
Was this when? Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So after the show, I call him into the office, and I'm waiting for the host to come and help me out. This dude, I catch him running down the hall and leaving the station so he didn't have to be part of the conversation, leaving me there with just like one of my best friends to have to fire him alone.
And how'd that conversation go? Give her some advice. How did you handle that conversation?
It was just like, dude, I think, look, again, we're going back 30 years here. I think it was something like, dude, I hate doing this, but it's just not working out, blah, 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 blah. But he understood, and we're still friends today. But I just remember that entire show because I knew I had to do it for 4.5 or 5 hours.
Ugh.
I don't think that I engaged in the conversations on the show at all. I was so nervous.
Oh my gosh.
Probably not.
But at the end of the day, you know this, but it doesn't take the sting away that it is business, right?
But you have to admit, the boss in your situation, having you do that and do it solo, that was a really crappy move on his part.
It tracks.
Yeah. This I'm aware. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So in this instance, like if your friend, they have to know the dynamics at this place of employment, right? Like the boss has to know that these two are good friends and the other one got her the job. So why would you put her in that position? I get it's business.
If she's a supervisor, business is business, man. You got to take all that stuff out of it. It's not easy to do, but at the end of the day, it's about business. And they put her in that position to have to make and have conversations like that.
So she can't go to her boss and be like, listen, I understand what you're asking me to do, and I'm not in full, I'm not in disagreement of what you want to do, but this is a very uncomfortable situation. Is there any other person that can do this besides me?
We have a very different environment here. So if we were in that position, I would say, you know what? Yes, I understand it. But some businesses, man, are very like, this is the order of business. This is how it goes. And it sets a really bad example for everybody else in the office if we get to pick and choose who is doing the firing and who's not.
Yeah, I do think it's a messed up situation, but if she is her supervisor, it's also kind of her fault. Like if you are in charge of managing this person and their work, if you have not said anything to them up until this point, you have to take some of the responsibility for the fact that they are getting terminated. If you knew their work was not satisfactory and you just sat back and didn't say anything about it, then I think I think this is part of your punishment too.
So if you are the employee that's about to be fired, would you rather it be from your best friend, or would you rather it be from the supervisor of the supervisor?
Supervisor of the supervisor.
Supervisor of the supervisor.
I think I would rather have it be my best friend.
Really? Absolutely not.
I think it would affect our relationship for a little bit, but I think if you brought it about in a certain way, like, hey, I just want you to know, like, this is coming from the higher ups, not from me. They wanted me to tell you because they know we already have a relationship. This, I don't want to do this. I know you don't want me to do this, but I think it would soften the blow.
I don't know. For me, it's the humiliation factor. Like, I wouldn't blame my friend because they're just following orders, but the humiliation of essentially being told I'm not good enough to be there anymore and my friend having to deliver that news, I want it from the higher up so I know it's from up top and I can pretend it never happened with my friend.
I'm with Abby. It wouldn't affect my relationship with my friend at all, and I'd rather it come from my best friend than the supervisor.
Because then I can cry and not be embarrassed.
Yeah. Well, Kristen wants to have a conversation with you after the show.
And the roles really have free. Dang. I got to start looking at the titles and the letterhead. Damn.
You really do.
It's the Kristen Show.
It has been for a while.
The Bert Show.